So school's out, wala nang pasok, not because it's a holiday necessarily, but because of this EPQ. And hindi natin alam kung how long it's going to be extended. So all your kids are home, all my kids are at home. Ano gagawin natin? I think a lot of us are overwhelmed because we know that our kids have to keep learning, di ba? But how are we going to do it? Hindi tayo sanay. We're not used to teaching our kids at home. So what's going to happen is during this whole series, we're going to cover how you can really make learning fun for your kids, how you can engage them in the learning experience, and how you can do it. Kayang-kaya mo yan. So I'm Joy Mendoza. I'm a wife. I'm a mom to 6 kids. I homeschool all of them, and I've been doing this for 17 years. And I'm here to come alongside you so we can all teach with delight and teach with joy. So I know what you guys are probably thinking and feeling. Like many of you, I also was at that point where medyo nakaka-overwhelm, right? And you might be scared, but don't be scared. We need to embrace our new role as a parent teacher to our child with all our heart. And that's the beginning of great homeschooling. So how do we start? First, we have to determine our ground zero. What does that mean? When you look at each of your children and you have to decide and observe what are the areas where they need to grow emotionally, spiritually, relationally, physically, and mentally. What are their strengths? What are their weaknesses? Because if we're going to teach them at home, if we're going to homeschool them, we have to know what we're starting with. So next we have to set goals, right? When you look at your child and you assess them, now you have to decide a year from now, how do you imagine that they're going to grow? And in our family, we use this verse, which we really love, and it's really helped us. It's Luke 2:52. Jesus grew in wisdom, in stature, in favor with God, and favor with man. That means that in each of our children's lives, how can they grow more in their knowledge of God and in their knowledge in general and understanding of the world? And how can they grow in their physical abilities, in their stature? So maybe they have talents. Maybe they're interested in an instrument. Maybe they're very good at a sport. How can we help them to grow in that area? And then favor with God is all about how can they grow more in love with Jesus and get to know Him more. And then favor with men is all about character. How can they learn to treat one another with greater kindness? Next is create a plan. Siyempre, if we have goals, we need to have a plan. So what would be included in that plan? We need to have a schedule. We need to create routines for our kids. And we also need to decide, okay, what books, materials do I need to buy? What supplies do I need to have so that I can go through the homeschooling process smoothly? Number 4 is focus on the essential skills. There are so many subject areas to cover. But if we teach our kids how to be really good at reading, at comprehension, at problem solving, at being able to write and orally express themselves, then those are mastering the minimum skills that they will need to do well in all the other subjects. So then we have to commit to be the best teacher we can possibly be. What does this mean? Well, para sa akin, I really had to research how to equip myself to be a better home educator to my kids. And I am connected with a program called Homeschool Global because they also help to equip me. There's trainings, there's academic advisors that will walk alongside me to help make sure that I'm the best teacher for my children. You can also think of their learning as a lifestyle. You know, think of every space in your home as an area that you can convert into a learning experience. For example, pag nasa kitchen kayo, when you teach baking, diba that also includes fractions. So think of learning that way. It's not just so formal na nasa desk sila parate. You can use different areas of your house so that the learning can come alive. Then we really have to celebrate progress. What does this mean? You know, sometimes we're always focused on them being perfect, right? And we put so much pressure on our kids, also on ourselves. Pero dapat isipin natin parate, you know what, if my kid is a better person today than they were yesterday, whether it's in their academics, their character, the way that they relate to others, then that's progress. And we should affirm that every time we see it. Finally, you know what, always prioritize your relationship with your children and always go back to your why. When it comes to relationship, you know, there have been many times sa parenting journey ko with my homeschooling na I would feel really irritated with my kids because they weren't doing what I thought they should do. But then God would remind me, you know, why are you homeschooling your kids? Isn't it that you want to raise your kids to really love me, to know me, to have a personal relationship with me? And if that's the case, if you're going to get mad at them because they're not doing their math properly or they're not doing their language arts properly, di ba, ang mangyayari is you're going to push their hearts away from me. And the very goal that you have, the very reason why you're homeschooling, hindi mangyayari. Lahat tayo, we have the opportunity to really build a great relationship with our children. Really teach them the things that will allow them to have true success in life. How can we really prepare them to make a difference in this world for the Lord, to really use their talents and abilities to be a blessing to the world, and to really glorify Him with their lives? So in a nutshell, what I've presented to you are points that will allow you to really get started on your journey so that you too can teach with joy.